Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve, hey, Peter Pablo. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Ain't nothing much going on, buddy. Ain't nothing much going on. Just trying to do my thing, Peter. Peter, I be tripping out on your videos, bro. I be over here tripping out. I ain't wanted to tell you. I started to copy like the guy that you be putting up there. The other little slim guy almost look like your twin. I be wanting to go on and do some of his pull some of his stuff over so I can make little thanks, bro. So I can make little things too. But look, I wanted to come on just a little bit because I came downstairs in the office, right? Trying to kill time. A lot of y'all know what I do. You know, I just want to say this mainly to my TikTok family. Be honest, I'm getting to the point where I do not care to come on other people's live streams. You know, and the reason why I say that because I deal in reality. Mainly as a community activist, as a human rights advocate. I look for solutions. I work towards solutions. So a lot of times if I'm invited or I come on to somebody else's platform, I can only share with you my personal experience in what I am doing to help make a difference in the lives of others. Now, I don't talk like out there. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all are very educational, very, 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 very educated. And I'm starting to realize too, I'm 62. So I was taught certain things, that a man takes care of his responsibilities and stuff, right? So I'm starting to hear about this movement thing, this four one G movement woman thing, 50 go half and half when it comes to the bills and all of that. See, that's not how I grew up. I grew up, I was taught that a man takes care his responsibilities. So anytime I'm with somebody and we're living like family or we have children, the goal is anyway to take care of my household. So I'm hearing a lot of men and shows where men and women are really coming at each other because the women is being more domineering, which is beautiful. Do not ever get it wrong. Being independent wise, don't ever get it wrong, but stop disrespecting the man. Now, if you a real strong, will-minded, powerful woman that's taking care of everything, you make sure you bring a man in your life that can basically meet you there or higher standards. You know what I mean? So y'all can kind of balance out. Do not mess with nobody that's not on your level. So you can't knock every man. Because I always say this. I hear women talking about they want a good man, right? Look in your face. Look in your face. But guess what? You wouldn't deal with me. Because number one, I feel like this, in the way I was taught. Women, respect your men. Respect your man. And the man supposed to protect and respect his woman. If you cannot find a man like that to put in your life, that's not your fault. Your standards are a little bit higher. And it's harder for some men to meet that expectation. I work basically, and last year I done lost everything. But guess what? One thing I know, materialistic stuff comes and go. God will get rid of the old to bring in the new. Because I always worked for whatever I wanted out of life. Always. And I tell y'all, my mother taught me very well. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to sew. I know how, I do all that myself. So if a woman come in my life, guess what? She got a good freaking goddamn man. I'm a loving, caring, kind, considerate person. But understand this too. Because I come from a certain way, I can be a rotten, no good son of a sea biscuit too. That makes up the complete person. You keep looking at somebody and you looking at the good qualities and all that, that's fine and dandy. But when they fall short, understand that's the same individual. It's just you seeing the other side. And a lot of times that's the side that make us decide, do we really want to, grow with that person in that area? But that makes up the complete person. I didn't get 62 being dumb or overnight. I mean that word mainly for TikTok, because TikTok will block you for certain things. But no. So I listened to a lot of y'all. And I said what I was going to stop doing. I'm going to stop going on people's stuff. Because when I come on your show, I can only share from where I'm at. And the way I look at life, I'm not worried about how other people live their lives. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. If you got a brother that got 2 women and they all right with that mess, that's fine. If you got a brother that likes sleeping with men, that's fine. That's his thing. That ain't none of my business. If they happy, good. That's all that matters to me. If it all boils down to it. If you find peace in your life with the same sex, good. I ain't gonna sit there and tell you, God gonna be mad at you. God, though. God already knew you was gonna do it. It's the people that's around you don't like it. When I tell people I don't date women my age and stuff, and I don't date heavy women, they be like, why you date somebody? What did I just say? What I did, and don't question me about my stuff. But I'm trying to grow up, though. I'm trying. But she gotta be a bad mama jamma to be 62 and mess with me. Because my mind, look, in my mind, I don't think I'm old. So if you coming around me and you 62 somewhere along that line, and if you acting like an old person like that, the heck I want you for? And I'm just saying me. Don't get it wrong. But if you older, but you nice and you vibrant and you lively, that's the type of stuff that excites me and turn me on. Why am I be with somebody that don't turn me on? That I'm not attracted to. Some of y'all can do it. But I'm only saying that, y'all, because some stuff popped in my head when I sat down. I just said, and I'm going to announce this, I do not really care. I'll come up conversation-wise. But I'm starting to realize I'm not the type of person that can come on. If you're the type that's not keeping it real and you're talking more like hypothetically, then I can't be there. If you want to talk religion, we can talk religion. If you want to talk spirituality, we can talk spirituality. If you are, what did I just say? The money, it's not about nobody's money. It's not about your money. That's look. It's not about the money. It's about the attraction. Then again, let me make the who just said that. Look. Let me put it like this, right? I am not 35 or 40 no more. You get me? So as you get older, your preference tend to you kind of know what you want. You know what turns you on, all that type of stuff. You be such and such and such. I gotta watch what I say, right? But just catch it in between. If no, let me put it like this. If if you're not attracted, if I'm not attracted to you, I don't give a freak what you got. All right. Now take it from there. If I'm not attracted to you, this not gonna be turned on. You get me? So, and I'm just saying it now because I'm not young like I used to be, where the wind blow by and that thing went. Pew! So you older now. You kind of know what you like, what infatuates you, what attracts you. You know that, and you get to the point you just don't settle for anything, and it doesn't matter about your pocket. Okay, okay, because money don't buy happiness. It does not. It's a temporary fix. I learned all of that throughout life. I learned all of that. Money do not buy happiness. You can have it and be miserable as all outdoors. But now, see, why I'm saying that right now, mind you, I'm looking at the attraction. I'm looking at what attracts me. What turns me on. You don't hear a lot of people talk about stuff like that no more. Being infatuated. You don't hear people talk about that no more. I'm talking about even the young people. I'm listening to people the other day talking about, now, mind you, I come from the thug life. I come from the hustler background. I come from all of that. I come from the slicky woo woo mob and all that type of stuff. For some of y'all that don't understand, I know a female don't matter her age. It's not a problem for me. Mainly when you basically know what women likes and what really turns women on. See, I listen to a lot of y'all, and I can just about tell you your age. Because I went through those little phases, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. But that fire not dead. It's just your preference tends to change. I'm more of a well-rounded, structured man, conservative man. And I want her to be like that. I want her to smell good. I want her to taste good. I want her to look good. Did you miss what I said? I want her to smell good. I want her to taste good. I want her to look good. And if it don't turn me on, I'm gonna walk away from you. I can only tell you about me. So when I'm talking about me, right? And if that's not where you at, and you still at that point that the wind blow by and you cool, no. See, when I go out, Steve, in public, I want to, and I'm dealing with our politicians or dealing with our dignitaries or I'm dealing with socialites. She got to look good too. Because when I step in, I'm stepping in. Wait till I go get my teeth and get my teeth put back in and all that type of stuff. Go do what I got to do. I like to laugh and kid and joke too, y'all. Meal! What's up, bro? But I'm talking about me. And see, that's y'all problem. Y'all so busy looking out. I don't have to look out today. I can look inside of me and love me for me with my crybaby self and all that. What's up, nephew? And stay true to me. These are the things I learned. And don't y'all know it's a lot of people, mainly my own people, Y'all will hate me because I have morals and values and standards of integrity. I didn't understand what a lot of that meant early on, Mill. I didn't understand that. One time I went to this brother right at my church because I'm a runner. I step out. So I asked him, I said, "Have you ever cheated on your wife or something like that?" He said, "No." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because of my integrity." What is that? I come from the streets. We don't have no integrities. We're full of lies, manipulations, and games and that hustling lifestyle. Donald Trump in the flesh for a lot of y'all that worship the grounds he walks on. When I first heard him, when I was with ACN there, mind you, I've been watching Trump. And I said, oh my God, he's part of the mafia. And a lot of y'all know, but a lot of y'all don't care. And he told y'all, I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman that happened to run as president. Y'all don't pay attention to nothing. You hear what you want to hear. That's why I respect him the way I do, because guess what? He got y'all tied around his hand, his finger. I watched him when he would auction off. A reporter would say something, he'd call him. As soon as he go to say something, he call that one. As soon as they go say, he call you. I said, oh my God, look at him. Y'all ain't pay attention to none of that because he know how to play the freaking game. Called business politics. And guess who can better understand him? People like myself. But guess what? I choose not to practice that type of behavior today. Everything he does, he's supposed to be in prison because he's good at it. And he's showing everybody, right? And I'm talking about Trump. He's showing everybody. When they say no man is above the law, try it yourself. I bet you go, because you ain't got the money. You ain't got the people that he got to protect him for the longest time before they ever try to nail him. He's 78 years old. If he live another good 10, 20 years, that's thank you, God. See, y'all don't see that. I'm 62. Never thought I would get this age. Never. And then when I look at him and I look at where he come from and the mob he come from, I'm like, oh, he bad. He bad. I'm like, God, God. But guess what? That's the way he played the game, Mr. President. Y'all better get on board. Y'all probably like, people, you can't see it. You know, I used to hate when people say stuff like, us need to wake up. You need to wake up. I'm like, I'm woke. I'm woke. You can't tell me. I'm woke because I see stuff. Now that my eyes are more open than they ever been, I'm like, oh my God, I wish I didn't see this. I wish I didn't see what I see. Because I don't know how to shut my mouth. And I can, like everybody else, I ain't helping them no more. I ain't helping them no more. I'm going to stop this. I'm going the other way. I'm going to turn my back like everybody else because I see it. I see it. I just refuse to turn my back because I was called. And a lot of y'all get mad at me. I didn't choose this. I done told y'all time after time after time. I was sitting up in the church and the Holy Spirit hit me and said, I need you more out there than in here. And I said, no, I ain't go out there. I went out there. I was already in the streets, encouraging and motivating our people. But see, the problem with me, I talk about corruption, where a lot of y'all are afraid and then want to get mad at me. I tell you, what is a community activist? He fight against the corruption and he fight against the laws that tends to hurt the people. What is a human rights advocate? He fight against the laws. He fight against the people. He fight for people's civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. Man, I need y'all help. A lot of y'all running from it. So guess what? I got people right there. Most of all, I got him. But it's a lesson and it's a reason why he allowing me to experience what I experienced. So you don't hear me sitting up here, praise the Lord, hallelujah, all that. I'll be like, God, can you please let this stuff stop? I'm tired of this. Let it, look. Can I have a vacation from the trials and tribulations? God be like, okay, just for a second, Steve. Just a second. I'm telling y'all, look, I can only share like that, y'all, because over the years, now mind y'all, I'm a Christian man. When I tell y'all I'm a Christian man, I'm not saying I'm a religious man. I almost said free, but that's not enough. When I say I'm a Christian man, read Philippians, 2nd chapter, verses 1 through 11. It talks about emulating Christ's humility, being like-minded. It didn't say Mark. It didn't say Luke. It didn't say John. It didn't say Matthews. It didn't say David. It didn't say Moses. It didn't say Isaiah. Imitating Christ's humility is talking about your personality, your character as a human being, and you miss it every time because you're so busy according to your religion. Jesus spoke against religion, doctrine, and teaching because it can tend to keep the people trapped and enslaved and oppressed. So when I hear y'all, mark my words, I understand where you at. I wear this, guess what? I just brought some stuff to cover my head. Somebody like, what, you a Muslim? No. When I let my beard and stuff grow, because I'm bald. Hey, what's up, y'all? I said, no, man, I ain't no Muslim. When I say I'm a lover of Christ, I'm only saying I'm a loving, caring, kind, considerate person. That's all I'm saying. When he turned the table over and I read that he turned the table over in the synagogue, I said, oh my God, he was human. So that meant he got angry, he was hungry, he was lonely, he was tired. It was the human side. Early on, when I was in the Baptist church for the first 5 years, I studied, you know, like a lot of y'all. Let me say this, because I just thought about a friend of mine. I actually thought I was going to become a Muslim because I had gained great knowledge of the word. I gained great knowledge and understanding of the word from studying the Bible and stuff like that. But that's the religious side. Then I got away from the Bible and stuff for about 3 years. And I began to feel empty inside. And I knew I had to get back somewhere, you know, to be taught. So I was guided to the Church of the Redeemed. My co-worker said, man, come to my church. My pastor don't preach, he teach. I didn't know the difference between preaching and teaching. He teaches it. He breaks it down. He tell you how God worked with them during that time. He will come up and tell you how he works with us in this time frame. And then he comes with solutions with the problems. I'm like, oh my God. So I learned a lot of this just from being in the 12-step spiritual program. So it was spiritual. And that's all I try to give back to y'all, is what was freely given to me. I come from that mob. You look, threaten me. Because what I was always taught, don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. I took care of business myself. Okay? Because that's the way I was taught. So it ain't about talking. That's the way I was taught. That's why I thank God I don't live like that no more. And you want to run off at your mouth and threaten a man straight out. And I'm like, what did you just say? You want to do what? Okay. I'm going to sit here and wait. Okay. Bye. See you when you get back. That's why when I hear a lot of y'all, I be like, huh? Because that's old stuff now. Understand. That's why, I try not to focus on that a lot, because of how God turned my life around. And I want to sing that song, and plant my feet on solid ground. On Christ the solid rock I stand. Other grounds are sinking sand. Now, mind you, you hear how I'm singing that, but it's not that I'm singing it. I believe in it. You understand? When you quote scripture, I can break it down and share life experience with it. And you be like, well, that's not what it says. Yes, it is. It's just that I can break it down in simple forms, layman terms. I came out in the 10th grade. I have a 9th grade education. That's why I lose y'all all the time. Because guess what? I got to keep it simple for me. And if you real educated and you all up in here, it'll go right over your head. Every time. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know I'm speaking English. But then I started realizing, because of the spiritual journey, and because I always share from where I've been and where I'm at. And I decided some years ago, right, that if I have an experience with people talking about, just wishing well, let them, encourage and motivate them, go through what you got to go through, because it's a reason why you might struggle or you're going through certain changes in life. And that's God's way of moving you to another level in life. So the thing is, go through what you got to go through. So my goal is, or my job is, I have to encourage and motivate you to hang in there. Like Lady J called me. She was in her way into the prison because she do the prison ministry, right? And she said, I just called you to pray with you. And I'm like, thank you. I have a few people. Mind y'all, I know a lot of people. If me and you have at least about 6, 7, 800 or 1,000 mutual friends, 9 times out of 10, they NA friends. I kind of know where it's at. 3, 4, normally church members. The rest, I'm just people I grew up with through the process, right? But when I know I have at least 6, 7, 8, 1,000, like I said, 9 times out of 10 they NA friends. Now I ain't talking about family and all that, but I'm just saying. So when I look on like my Facebook page and stuff, and y'all know I got like 4,900 friends. And when I look through my stuff sometimes, and I be like, they don't even say like, comment, and I see y'all stuff, I'm ding, bing, bang, boom, out of courtesy. Y'all will not. And I think too, because y'all know I raised a lot of heck during that time, right? A lot of y'all don't want to be bothered with me, right? So y'all got me like your notification when I come on, because y'all right there, I see you there. But it's just, it don't send you that notification that I'm on. And at one point, y'all know I used to come on all the time. So I know it plucked y'all nerves. So I got it. But what I had to understand in that whole process, and it's not being smart, and I'm gonna say this again, I was called to the ministry. You don't hear me talk now. I got ordained deacon. When I stepped outside my marriage, I stepped off the deacon ministry. Did nobody have to tell me sit down? I stepped off because I felt like I failed God with the position. But deep in my spirit, I am a minister for Christ. And guess what? I couldn't stop doing what I had to do for Christ, like moving forward. That's why when y'all, TD Jakes, Jamal Bryant, all the rest of them that's up here, y'all put, and when they fall short and y'all feel like they need to sit down, I'll tell you like this. The Holy Spirit didn't tell them yet. It's not you. That's why they continue doing what they're doing. And they'll talk about it. Know why? Because you can learn from their mistakes and not doing it. Can y'all imagine if God bring, like, I don't know, if TD Jakes really did some of the things they said he did, but believe me, it ain't just started. That lifestyle ain't just started because he got into ministry. So y'all don't see that. So that's something people struggle with. But what I'm trying to get to is they try not to let it stop them from bringing forth the word of God. So what you do, or what I do, I realize they human beings and they fall short. Now, would I go on this teaching? I don't think so. But I don't think so. Because my pastor is a prime example of how I would want to live or be when I grow up in the ministry wise. So, but when it comes to TD Jakes, when it comes to Jamal Bryant, when it comes to people like them, they have a way of bringing the word forth. We can't focus on their lives. We can't. We can't. And I'm telling you, that's what I had to learn. Just like Rabbit ain't stealing the money or not. I don't know. And I used to think like that. But that wasn't important because God showed me as long as I do what I supposed to do. So Rabbit ain't doing it. I don't know. We got accountants, I was a deacon in the church, I'm sorry. And we collected the money, took it to the bank, the treasurer, stuff like that. But now, I don't know if the pastor, got this, got that, this and that. I don't know. But the spirit hit me and said stuff like that. Be honest, it's not for me to worry about. It's for me to do what God called me to do, or be obedient to what I'm supposed to do, what the word tell me to do. It's for the individual. But y'all will take the word and want to apply it to everybody else's life. No, the word is for you. God told me don't lay with a man as I would lie with a woman. And I understand. But guess what? Another man might read it and he might not get it like that. So that's how y'all need to understand when the word is for the individual, not for the individual to take it and say, you're LGBTQ like that. The Bible, God loves them anyway. You say what you want. God loves his people anyway. He loves the sinner, but he hates the sin. And rather you sleeping with a man or you sleeping with a woman, but you over there having sex with yourself. So what makes you any different? Or you're not married, but you having sex out of wedlock. But you want to point the finger at somebody else. You're not supposed to actually, if you want to get into the word like that, have sex unless you married. Why you saying that? I've been with my so-called boyfriend slash husband for 35 years now, even though we not married. You're living in sin. Uh-huh. I don't do that to people because guess what? When I was living like that, I ended up marrying the two my two baby mothers, my kids' mother. You playing house, but you're not making it legit. Play with yourself. But you'll sit back and go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Don't make no sense. That's why I had to look and understand the word is for the individual. Now, when I share my experience on how uncomfortable I begin to feel as a man of God and understanding the truth of his word for my life, I couldn't. I mean, you can, don't get it wrong. I can. Well, the word says you need to live like this. You need to live like that. But I'm not practicing what I preach. And that happens a lot. And guess what? I'm sharing this with you as a ordained deacon. I'm sharing this with you because see, if I take that next step, which I ask God, if you want me to move further in the ministry, is to become a pastor. Understand the roles. You got your bishop, you got your priest, you got your deacon. The next step is to actually become a pastor if I take that next step. But guess what? I'm doing all the work in the community anyway that he called me to do. As a minister of Christ, as an ordained deacon, look up the look in Acts, and they will tell you about the seven that the disciples called or chose to go back out into the community. I do that anyway. It's shown in my actions. And guess what? A lot of y'all, he don't make no sense. He that, but y'all know scripture though. Steve, why are you doing that? You can quote what you want, and I will eat you up. Try me. And that's not being smart. I'll call you out on your stuff. look, look, I was telling somebody the other day, right? David Daniels, I love you, bro. Like a lot of the guys that I grew up in the church with, they went and got their doctorate degrees, right? Stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff that they read and they studied up on, the Holy Spirit just teaches me. I'm telling y'all, it's just some of us, and I'm telling you, some like Geno Jennings. Geno Jennings would tell you real quick. He didn't go to theology school and all that. It's the spirit that's leading him, but it's how we present it at times. You know what I mean? Where it can bring a lot of chaos and confusion. And then we'll say it's God. But I'm like, God, please show me how to be more productive now. But I gotta act like a fool. Just so y'all know, have fun, enjoy yourself. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Have fun. Don't take everything too personal. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Life is too short to run around being miserable. I remember at one point I ain't want to sin at all. I ain't want to curse. I ain't want to masturbate. I ain't want to do this. I ain't want to do that. I ain't want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Early on, I got to the point in my life I felt like I was about to lose my mind. Can you understand today why we have a lot of people who minds pop on them? and they dealing with bipolar, schizophrenic, and all that type of stuff because they trying to put their self physically in a category where they can't live like that. So guess what I begin to understand? This desires what it wants. I'm the one that have to tell this no. Huh? Yeah. I'm coming downstairs. I want some snacks so bad. Chocolate. I'm like, wait a minute, do I got any chocolate in here? Do I need to go to the store? But guess what? I got that peanut butter chocolate thing, and I went and brought me a bigger jar, right? So what I do when I get a taste for certain things, I just take a spoonful. Leave it alone. Because sometimes it will kick off that desire to want more. You know what I mean? And other stuff. No. That's why when I listen to a lot of y'all looking at everybody else. Excuse me. I'm the one that has to tell myself no. Practice some self-control, practice some discipline, stuff like that. I haven't been in a serious relationship in 6 years now. So I'm like, I want some. I'm like, you get me? And I'm like, no, just for the day. I'm talking about releasing myself. But guess what? It's not something I planned, don't get it wrong. But that's why I can tell y'all, I can say certain things I used to do a day at a time. I just don't do no more. Some things I lost the desire for. A lot of men, because of our ego and our pride, yeah, I ain't sharing this, I ain't sharing that. But see, I ain't trying to impress y'all like most people do. I'm not trying to impress nobody. What's up, Lazarus? That's my boy right there. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. When I first met Lazarus, I used to tease Lazarus like Jesus bringing him back. I'm proud of you, bro, and you know it. You know it. I'm on my broadcast network as well, y'all. So he's watching me over on Facebook and all that too. Um, and that's an awesome man. I watched him throughout his journey, and he's a poet. He try to focus on a lot, and I don't mean try. I'm sorry, because just my language barrier is limited. Um, it's not that he tried; he does it. He started a page called Zone 16. So every time I send something over to my pages, that's my page too. And then when I see people don't really support it the way I think a lot of us should, I'll say y'all need to come together, show each other some love and respect, more because he created the page to bring us together. Just like he on a lot of my pages that I created, and I watch other people put stuff on it and basically runs it. And I'll come through from time to time, just about every day. And I might make little comments, I might throw pictures in there. But that was the whole point of creating like our pages so that people can communicate with each other and talk with each other. You know, um, it's just to keep us interacting, y'all. And I just hate the fact, and me and somebody else was talking, right? That I know I didn't sent out some bad signals with Steve Copeland. But y'all got to understand this. If I say I'm a community activist, if I say I'm a human rights advocate, I'm fighting against the corruption that tends to want to hold us back. Can I say that again? If I say I'm a community activist. I put my life on the line. Because when they create laws, bills, policies that tends to hurt us, who do you think arguing with them? As a community activist, as a civil rights advocate. And now I need people help. I need help. And y'all leave me standing by myself. And their goal was, Lazarus, to get me off the street. So I won't be out there speaking out, speaking up. So don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. I know, bro. I know. I know, Lazarus, I know. It's just that I have a tendency, right? I speak out a little louder than most of us. Because a lot of us are afraid, and I know it. Y'all think I don't be afraid sometimes? I got off of this box. Lazarus, the fourth. And the dumb prosecutor went and did, she was the one that agreed with the plea degree, the Alfred plea. But then I'm going to tell you, when I heard her read all that stuff off that the police has created against me, I was like, you mother suckers. See, y'all won't say that. So know what? I don't know what God did. I don't know. But I'm back on it. And I was trying to avoid it, what really happened to me. Oh, he shouldn't be on there saying that he should. Well, if I don't share, who gonna know what's going on? I know, Lazarus said they don't know how to take you. But be honest, that's why when my butt got locked up, I ain't lying, yo. I ain't lying. I was like, God, please help me change my approach. I'm telling you, I'm over there because I know me. I'm a beast. They don't like it. I know. Oh, shucks, there goes Steve. I know they don't like it. I love you, Brandon Scott, and you know it. I'm Bates, and you know it. A lot of our Democrats and Republicans, I mess with a lot of them. Hey, what you doing? How you doing? Come here, give me a hug. They know. They call me the connector. Mainly when it comes to the business part of bringing people together. See, a lot of y'all don't know. I received a phone call. She ain't on here now. A week before I got arrested. And she was going through the same thing. She called me and said, Steve, they arresting a lot of the community activists for this and that and this and that. I said, they ain't gonna touch me, Brandon Scott ain't gonna let them happen to me, blah, blah, blah. A week later, I was gone. I was like, ooh, shoot. But see, they hid me. Listen to what I'm saying. It was like they kidnapped me, Lazarus. It was like they kidnapped me and put me somewhere I didn't know nothing about the inside part of prison. But then I started seeing some stuff in there too. I'm like, oh, why you got me seeing this? Because I want you to. You know, I'm going to go on my lives and I'm going to talk about this. Why? Lazarus, why? He said, because I know you will. I said, so the goal now, y'all, seriously, all jokes aside, is not to come so hard, not to be so crucial, because what I begin to understand, you know, that good and evil exist in this world, and everybody have their part that they have to play. I just choose to stay on the straight and the narrow. You get me? See, I know what it's like to live like that. Because my goal, Lazarus, when I was out there, was to be the biggest one hustler. By the time I turned 26, it didn't work. So I know what that's about. I know what it's about. I know what that's about. I was poisoning the community. I didn't realize it. I was hurting my own people. I didn't realize it. So for a lot of y'all that's doing it and thinking it's okay, I'm telling you firsthand, you're poisoning your own people. Now talk to me. See the faces that I give from time to time? Know why? Because I'm Unc. You know why? I'm OG. You know why? I'm daddy, granddaddy. I don't want you to be doing this. I want you to be doing that. Well, I like doing that. Blah, 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 blah. See, sometimes I gotta come like that, and then say, "I love you. I want the best for you." I grew up without a fault. 62 years old, and sometimes I wonder why you never came looking for me. Do I got brothers and sisters? But guess what, y'all? I said I will never let my kids feel that pain, Lazarus, or their father not being in their life. And I hate when y'all judge me for what I do. I hate it. I done foster care. I tried to fill in that void as that male. I try to encourage other men to get involved in their kids' lives. Hug them, hold them, tell them you love them. They got to feel it. Because that's what I have to do with mine, Lazarus. That's all I wanted from mine. So I'm only sharing with the guys that got children, and you refuse to because you might be mad with the mother. Stop putting your kids in that. Or ladies, stop putting, you laid with me, y'all had them, stop it. After I left my ex-wife, she did that. I'm glad my kids older now because they can see stuff for themselves. My kids don't have no clue why I did what I do. They don't understand it. You know why? Because they didn't grow up without their father, without their mother. They did not grow up in the inner city. So they don't understand a lot of that that's going on in the city. I do. I grew up in the inner city. I see what they doing to our freaking people. And I suppose just sit back and watch like a lot of y'all suckers. So I had to come together. I had to come up with strengthening the community to go back into Baltimore City and help build up where I used to tear down at one point. I talked to a lot of business people that builds the $200,000 to $300,000 houses. And say, give me some money to help build $100,000 houses. The communities, not just a house here, a house there, a house here. Now I'll do it. Now don't get it wrong, but the community build back up. You can't replace them all. Gentrification. And if you know what comes with gentrification, if they can't replace them all, they'll start wiping them out. And y'all just sitting back watching. Y'all know how that hurt me? Because I see it. And then y'all want to talk about Trump? The he gonna do for us? Let's be real. He has a job to do. He's the overseer. He doesn't write policies. He doesn't write laws. As a community activist, as a human rights advocate, I can tell you who we fight against. And it's not Trump, okay? It's not hers, okay? It's not Biden, okay? It's basically your locals. But because y'all are so far up there because of your bougie lifestyles, you can't see it. I have no problem speaking in front of Congress, letting them know what we could do to help the inner city people, like programs and building stuff up. Guess what? I said I'm going to bring it down today because I had to go through my papers. Let me read this off to y'all. God darn it. You see this right here? This is a list. Van Brooks, mentoring youth, doing real good. Damian Cooper, phenomenal. He's a life coach with our youth. Joel Gamble, with our youth at the YMCA. Mayo, mentoring, Be More City. And the reason why I wrote this down because I had to remember the people that I came across that has nonprofits and businesses, Steve, in the inner city that a lot of our people don't even know about. Okay. Umar, boxing. Then you got Manu, I always pronounce his name wrong, but he works with our young children. You got Lisa Cooper, workforce development. Then you got Lisa. Then you got Cherie Rogers. You got Kim Trueheart. You got Squeaky. You got that daggone big mouth, bald head, front teeth missing dude, Steve Copeland Jr. That's my son's multi-purpose center for inner city youth that I'm looking at creating, right? Then you got Rock, who worked with the young youth. He over there with Mr. C. I haven't met Mr. C yet, but when they take this box off, I'm gonna go meet him one day. He do a lot of work east. Then we got We Ours Us. Then we got Janet Graham. Then we got Michael with the youth program mentoring. Then we got Be More Real Teen Talk. That's y'all know that's my show. That's my Teen Talk show. Then we got Curl White. Then we got Shelly, Stephanie, Roland, with the lacrosse at Curl Park. Then we got DJ Steve. Then we got Roland Hall again. Then we got Dr. Andre Humphrey. Most of the people names I just read off are black people that have stuff in the city that's going on that you never hear your politicians talk about. The solutions, preventive maintenance. But y'all get mad at me. I don't like the way he presented. He could have put his teeth in before he came on. My teeth got thrown away when they raided my niece's house and threw everything of my stuff away. Everything. Why they raided my niece's house? Looking for some Gucci glasses or Ray-Ban glasses while I was in prison. This is what the police did. The detective. And they tore my area up, my room up, where all my paperwork and everything for my business was there. I ain't tell y'all about that, did I? But it's not in this police report. But I got we got the search warrant and everything. And to show y'all what I'm talking about, the young man hit me in my nose on the 12th. The officer that wrote the police report didn't even arrest him. But then the same report that he filled out on this young man busting my nose, when I went to get out on the 14th, of March, they re-arrested me because he took the paperwork that he filled out that happened to me and charged me with fourth degree of burglary on my own rental property. Y'all ain't know this, did you? I'm talking about the Eastern District Police Department. Shh, don't say nothing, Steve. Shut up, Steve. Now, prosecutor, what you got to say? Because you put me back on this box. So guess what? The truth of everything gonna come out. Should have let me move on. You did it. Assistant State's Attorney. I said I was gonna put it behind me because God opened up a brand new door, window. So I walked through. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna move forward. And you went back on your own proposition that you made because the clerk made a mistake with the paperwork and you fed right into it. And I sent over something over to Twitter too to get Ivan Bates' attention and Brandon Scott's. I got the videos from last year too. And guess what? Every time the police come out, bloop, they cut someone's ass. Okay? So it ain't like I'm lying. I was told by other polices, Lazarus, to report them to internal affairs. Even Melvin Russell tried to talk with them to let them know who I was and what I do in the community. They didn't want to hear it. I talked to their major because of the issues I was having with the street. Don't get it wrong. Polices and supervisors, because they didn't know back at the district until I went and told them what was happening to me on the streets. I was trying to avoid all this. Vanessa, you threw that shit back up. Not me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You did. I'm just talking about it. Because I was told. My lawyer gave me the green light. Because he only knew what they presented him with. Just like you. But y'all never allowed me to tell y'all that strengthen the community. Well, the two houses that I supposed to have did an evasion on, a burglary, are my rental property and business. You didn't allow me to tell y'all that. I wanted to know who house did I do a home invasion on? Because that's my mother rental property. I signed the leases for both houses, not my clients. Now, y'all notice I say clients, right? Because it's transitional housing. Understand transitional housing compared to room for rents. It's a temporary situation. Look it up. Look up transition. That's why I got the director number of housing. So that we can talk about the housing, vouchers and all this type of stuff. So once you come out of my program, I can get you into affordable house. Y'all know what the police started spreading news about? Said I was running an illegal operation. I'm like, what? Only thing I could think of when they said illegal operation, I'm like, oh, I got an EIN number. That's my LLC. And I was talking about this last year. And if I don't talk about it, won't nobody out there that I might need that proper help from that understands certain things better than I do, because I can only go off of the information I know as a civil rights advocate. I can only go off the stuff I know as a human rights advocate, a community organizer. But it's people that's more knowledgeable in understanding what rights of mine that was violated. Not just me. Come on. I'm out in the streets. I'm out in the public. So imagine the ones that they doing this to or have done that to that don't have a big mouth bald head dude like me to talk about what he experienced with the bull crap. That's why I'm like coming on a lot of y'all stuff. Because be honest, I don't know who's listening. And that's one thing about me. And they know it. I ain't afraid to talk about nothing. But I will talk about it in their face. Come here. That's why I don't jump with everybody. And it's not personal because I can only share from where I'm at. I wasn't no joke when I was in the streets. And I ain't no joke over here. But guess what? It taught me, well, it's teaching me that you gotta be careful. I mean, I know what was going on out there now. But I'm learning over here too when you dealing with these suckers, and I call them suckers, sellouts, because you screwing the people. We voted to put y'all in position, and you're not doing some of y'all your jobs. The politicians that's doing what they do, they know Steve Copeland, like Corey McCray. He's a senator. He's out in the community, and I love it. He's always doing something. Um, cause I get his name mixed up, right? Donnie, Danny, Glover. I get him mixed up with Antoine, right? Wait. We was out in the community, right? With which name wife, the governor wife, and I pronounced his name wrong. Oh God, here I go again. I'm trying to think. I know his last name is Glover, right? And I'm like, every time I see him, I'll be like, "What is your name?" He said, "Steve, every time you see me, you ask me my name." I said, "You know what?" I said, I need to learn this goddamn old name. Because we got a Danny Glover or Donnie Glover. And his is something like Danny, Donnie, one of them Glovers too, right? I said, I gotta learn this thing. I gotta get his name right. Because certain people I see in the community, right? I'll kick it with you a little bit. Then I might see you a couple of months later in the community. Then I kick it with you again. And then I might turn around and say, "What's your name?" Like, you don't remember nothing, do you? I'm like, no, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with names. I'll tell you quick. And I'll give you a nickname. Like Brandon Scott. I call him nephew quick. Well, I ain't gonna never forget that name. Antonio Hayes. I told um um he won the 7th district. Uh Come on. But let me it'll come. I told him, I said, when I first met him, I said, I'm gonna be nice to you because you just got your seat, right? Council member, 7th district. I said, I'm gonna be nice. Because my thing is I watch what you do, not what you say. See, that's why people don't, and it's not that I'm being arrogant. Y'all just gotta understand where I come from and the way I was taught. You know, you stand for something or you fall for anything. Right. So this little young lady, 13-year-old, couldn't go into Lillian Jones Recreation Center. And a lot of y'all on my broadcast, little young lady, 13-year-old, was on the lot. I left my house and went over there to find out what the heck happened to that baby. So I goes into the recreation center because I want to know why she wasn't in here. She was out there and she became unalive. They said some things that they barred her from there, but they said some other stuff too. And I'm going to just say this, that she's supposed to have been a bully, right? And they barred her from the rec. So it kind of helped you understand why certain things transpired, right? So anyway, the guy, and his name on the tip of my tongue, it's not coming out yet. He was in there, the council member, and he seen me. And he said, I told you I'd be out in the community. And I bust out laughing, right? Because it's not what you say, I watch what you do. So anyway, by this time, I didn't know Brandon Scott was in the back playing basketball with the kids and everything, right? And he came out. I'm like, nephew, you know, hug him and everything. Because by this time, I'm trying not to lean on the Democrats too hard, even though I don't like certain things, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I do, y'all. I'm a nobody, okay? I grew up in Baltimore City, and the only thing I try to do, because of the way I grew up, is just help provide back. You know, try to provide better. Now, um, as a minister for Christ, this is my calling. And that's not to put a title on it. Pastor, preacher, minister, I'm a warrior. This is my biggest weapon. I fight against corruption. This is my biggest weapon. I don't care if it's the police department. I don't care if it's our elected officials. If something ain't right, the organizations that I'm with, they call me to speak. You know why they call me to speak? I'm not a paid organizer. So I have the freedom to step across lines that a lot of paid organizers cannot do. That's why in some places I'm considered as the most hated man by my own people, because I call you out to stand up for yourself. And I know it hurts. I know. But my thing was show me that y'all better than anything I can say out my mouth about you. Show me, prove the opposite. Y'all took it the wrong way. TJ, it's true, bro. And it hurts me to my heart just to sit here and say that. I don't want nobody to know where I live at. But I can't run around TJ being scared all the time, too. And the people I'm talking about is them. It was told to me by other people, mainly when I was in the prison. that knows me and what I do. They said, Steve, before you go back out in that street, you make sure you surround yourself with people. And I said, you're right. I told them, I said, y'all right. Because, and then they said, Steve, don't go straight home on your talk show and talk about it. I said, okay. People know what I do. And these are inmates that's being treated like trash. And y'all think it's okay now. Now, I see something totally different now about the prison system than a lot of y'all might see. I told the warden, listen to what I said. Once I get this stuff situated, I said, I ain't got no problem coming back helping y'all with programs in the prison, you know, because I'm looking at the men. I'm looking at the men. Whether you white, black, Hispanic, blue, purple, green, it doesn't matter to me. It's about encouraging and motivating our men. I never had a man in my life to teach me stuff like this. So I had to do the opposite, TJ. I was always taught how to lie, cheat, manipulate. You know, my mother taught me better, but, you know, dealing with the men, I had to flip it. I would never encourage my son to go out there and sleep with this female, that female, this female, that female. And my son been talking with his friend, and she's a YT, since they was what, about 16, 17? And I asked my son, because that's all he grew up around. He played soccer. I asked him, would he date, you know, a YT? He said, yeah. I said, okay. I'm gonna tell my son, no, boy, you need to stick with black. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, all that's fine too. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. But if that's what he found attractive, that's what he found attractive. I don't even look. My son know everything he need to do to become a professional soccer player. And I was gonna get shoes and all that, like soccer cleats and all of that with his number on it, and you know, because I try to promote everything. But he know the process that it takes for him. So what I had to understand is back up some, Steve. He know what it takes. FIFA agents, all that. But he know he had to get some college under his belt and all that too. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, TJ. I'm not worried about my son like I am a lot of other people's sons. Because my son live a total different life. This YT officer came at my son one time because my son was speeding. I went looking for him. You know what, TJ? I never asked why. You know, because reason why I say that I have a lot of mixed nieces and nephews. So that's why when it comes to certain conversations with people, and I might say certain things out my mouth, right? And they be like, oh, he racist, oh, he racist. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not. If you hear me talking about our, when you hear me say our people, I'm not just talking about black people. When I say I fight for people's civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights, right? I'm not just talking about the blacks. Because if you look in the inner city, it's not just full of blacks, right? So when it comes to housing, when it comes to jobs and stuff, it's all cultures that are dealing with certain things. Yeah, yeah. My nieces and my nephew, he has my middle name. Hey, Bell, love you, Miss Lady. he has my middle name Lavelle, right? And hey, I got them. I have them on the back of my thing. Those are my three nieces and nephews. Sometimes when you see me talking, you see the three kids behind me, and I have them on my broadcast thing as well. Um, then I didn't know my niece till her mother told me that she was going through some stuff with people bullying her, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm glad she didn't say nothing, because I probably would have went up there. And it's not that I'm a go and start no fight or nothing. I go and I'll address certain issues. You know, like when my daughter was having an issue with somebody on her job, and she felt like they was being racist towards her. I would tell her to tell them certain things, right, to back them down, so I won't have to come down there. Now, mind you, I'm nobody. Don't get it wrong. I'm nobody. But see, I understand what you can do and what you cannot do because of the organizations that I'm with. And if you hear me talking about Steve, it's not just Steve. But I can share the difference with y'all. Watch this. Watch what I say. I am not a paid organizer. So I don't follow a certain script when it comes to speaking out on stuff. I can go beyond that. So that's just like with my housing program. I'm trying to think of people that get certified. HIPAA cannot come in and tell me what to do with my housing program because I refer my clients out to professionals. So you don't come over here with that. Now, mind you, and I'm gonna share this with y'all too. I am considered as a life coach. I have been thinking about becoming certified. But now keep in mind, when you do stuff like that, you're held bound by HIPAA laws. I can go into certain areas with people that certain people can't go. I can talk about certain things because I'm speaking to more of the professionals about the help that I need here for this client, that client, this client. See, I'm their mouthpiece. So, okay, TJ. So, I speak out a lot on stuff that most people kind of shy away from. Or, because we was talking about this, me and Marlo was talking about this. Marlo was speaking at an event, and he does it a lot. He's a speaker. And he was speaking at an event, but they had a script for Marlo to follow. Marlo didn't follow the script. And the people behind it, like the board and all this type of stuff, they got offended. And I told Marlo, I said, yeah, because when I came out and spoke about the $15 minimum wage, they had a script that they wanted me to say. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember that. Because once I do this, now mind you, I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna ask God to take over, right? So once I'm in it, I'm gone. Because now I'm allowing the Spirit to lead me to share certain things. And in the process of me sharing, I'm sharing what we could do to turn certain things around or slow certain things down because I'm gone. That's why I tell people when I'm talking, you got to do me like this. I go longer than 2.5 minutes. My thing is, don't call me if you only want me to talk 2.5 minutes. Don't call D. Copeland. But anyway, if I do come out, you got to do me like this. So I see you, I know to start winding down to shut up. I tell people that all the time because I know me. I speak. I will, if you send me, give me, if we going to talk about the school system, I have to learn enough information to come in, share about what they're not doing, sharing about what they can do. That's just how God got me. If it's the corruption, or say like the homicide rate, or the violent criminal behaviors, I used to live like that, so I can come in and tell you what basically what we can do. Certain things will never stop, and I can tell you that, but we can slow it down. And I can tell you that how we can slow it down. But guess what? Am I lying? You was there, Pleasant. When I came on that talk show with us, I came in with a folder. When I come in like this, basically, I can share programs with you that's out there, like Plus Jones, Workforce Development Program. You don't have to pay to get in. Heavy duty equipment. They won't talk about what he's doing. They won't talk about what they do. But the $200 million project him and his wife got going on down on Bel Air Road in North Avenue. But guess who will? I mean, they do, don't get it wrong, but a lot of people don't know. That's more like in your inner city, where he will hire them and train them, and ex-felons and ex-felons. See, a lot of people don't know in Baltimore City, you can be a felon. And if you get government bonded, certain companies do have to bring you in because they get paid to work with you. They don't like me telling stuff like that. So now, let me make sure. Now, Plus Jones and his wife with their construction company, they do a lot of great work around Baltimore City. And he faces a lot of chaos and confusion, just like me. And he do $1 million projects. He do $1 million projects. And he run across certain obstacles because sometimes it's not to help people become better. And I'd be shocked. I went over because we follow each other. But I went over and I was looking at some of the stuff he got on his page. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. And why I'm saying that, because he's speaking of stuff it's not new. It ain't nothing new that's just started happening. It's been happening, mainly towards the Black community. I'm like, oh my God. And him and his wife is very, 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 very knowledgeable about what's happening around here. That's why I admire them. And not only that, after we did the 6th district town hall meeting, I happened to notice I was seeing them. And it made me feel good because some people watch you and they watch you from a distance. They hear what you say, but they also watch you. And not only that, me and Plus Jones was looking at this building, put the school in it and everything. I ain't gonna get all into it because something happened where we kind of, whatever happened, I was over this way, him and his wife, but still, it wasn't meant to happen. I'm gonna say, I don't know if it's open or not, but at that time, because everything happened for a reason. And he know where my heart is at. He know where my mind is at. And not just me, a lot right now, when y'all hear me talk about Marlo Hargrove, and Marlo Hargrove worked with ex-offenders, returning citizens. Now he contracting him and parole and probation partnered up. Now I do individuals and families. He said, Steve, I want us to partner together. This is what Marlon Hargrove said. A lot of y'all ain't gonna like it. He said, Steve, you know they're gonna be mad when they find out that me and you partner together. I said, I know. I know. Because a lot of y'all don't understand. Steve, Copeland is about business. It's about getting it done. And see, a lot of y'all, right? Y'all have information. Y'all have a lot of great information. Because you do your research and you look up stuff and you search stuff. So you can talk. You have good talking points. I don't have all of that. I can't read, even if I look it up, y'all. I remember all this stuff. That's why I commend y'all with that photographic memory and stuff. I be like, huh? Because I have to deal with it right here and now. Now look at me. I'm 62. And beyond this, some of y'all might say, I don't look older than 62, so you can say what you want. I try not to put a lot of stress on me. That's all I'm saying. So if I look at myself, I'm like, God damn, that gray coming a little bit too much. Man, you got to calm down some. You starting to stress out. You know you're only 26. Why you? And then look, I'll shape my stuff up and I'll be like, that's a handsome dude. I miss my teeth. That's a handsome dude right there. Look at that. Look at I need Jesus. I need Jesus. But look, look, sometimes that's how I have to tell myself. Because you know, when some days, like, I'm in the house, I'm bored as all outdoors, right? So I'm like, should I go on my stuff? No, I ain't gonna go on my stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go on my stuff. No, I ain't gonna go on my stuff. Everybody else be all on their stuff all the time. I'm gonna go on my stuff all the time. Sometimes I don't want to come on. And the reason why? Because I share the truth too much. I share stuff that I know a lot of people don't want to hear. Let me say this. I don't dislike Donald Trump. I don't hate Donald Trump. I voted, listen to what I'm getting ready to say, Democratic for about 40 years. When I realized they was running the city into the hole, I got disappointed and backed up. Then I met the Republicans. A friend of mine invited me out. Now, y'all know I'm a community person, building up. So they made me feel like everything that I believe in when it comes to the people, they was on it. I'm like, we all been all my life. I felt in love. We all been all my life. They said, we've been here all along. So I got with the Republican Party. I'm over here. About the people. The Republicans not in the inner city like that. So I'm like, come on, you got to get into the inner city and do this and do that and do this. Y'all talking about y'all want to help the people become more independent. Come on, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. No, it's not Donald Trump. No, it's about the people. Blah 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 blah. You hear me, Republican? You Trump freak, and I am a Republican. Donald Trump this not about Donald Trump. It's about the people. Blah 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 blah. You know what they told me? If I didn't worship Donald Trump like them, I couldn't be a part of the group no more. Bye. You don't do that to me. You do not tell me how to worship no freaking other human being. You don't do it. And if that's where you at, that's fine. And guess what? Make America great again. He can't do nothing by himself. It's us. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. And then on top of that, he ain't a politician. He's a businessman. And he told y'all that happened to run for president. So he will try to run stuff like a business. You cannot mix business and politics. Y'all don't realize that? That's why I didn't run. Because I do strengthening the communities, my LLC. And I was told if I had ran and won the seat, I had to get somebody else to run, strengthening the community. Understand politics and business. Y'all run off at your freaking mouth so much that you really don't even understand what you're talking about. It just sounds good. And then you let somebody else like me come in. And I can only share because I'm right there. I begin to realize being a politician is a selfish and self-centered thing. It's about the individual. I'm only telling y'all what I begin to see. See this look. See this look. That's because they know when I come, and it's not personal. They be like, oh shit, there goes Steve. I'm telling you. Because I'll sit back, I got tired of hearing that mess right there. This what we can do to slow this down. This what we could do to slow that down. Next thing I know, somebody got me like this. I'm like, look what you doing? We put you out because we ain't asked you to come in with no goddamn on solution. Get off me. Punk. They be like, put him out. But I be joking a lot, right? Because I be like down City Hall, nap or something like that. I say when Brandon Scott and them see me coming, they be like, oh shit, lock the door, there goes Steve. They know me. They know me. They know my heart. What we're gonna do, I come with my folder. Well, this what we can do to slow that down. This what we can do to put a stop to this. This what we can do. They be like, close his mouth. Shut him up. Shut him up. I mean, like, y'all need to stop playing with me. Y'all need to die. Just do a better job, okay? Do a better job. You know, I like you. That's how I do it. You know, I like you, right? Come in, give me a hug. They be like, Steve crazy. But see, they know I'm real. They know I'm real. Even though, I mean, I talk with a lot of them. Certain ones, you know, who hearts, mind is really into wanting to help the people, but their hands are tied too. Because they all, you know, people they got hands to do. They do. They do. They do. And I'm gonna tell you how I play this thing, right? You got your cartel, right? You got your big man. Then you got this one, you got that one. So you got your president, you got your dictator, you got whoever, right? That's running the game. Okay. So who over there is stopping this from over here? And see, that's because I come from there. So it's always somebody that's not allowing certain things to happen. So whenever I'm asked to speak, I'll be like, well, who in charge of who? Who's over top of who? Because it's always somebody pulling strings. It's part of the game. Politics, religion, it's part of the game. You could not read, you could, look, I did not know that I fight until last year when I got arrested against organized religion and politics. God showed me this last year. Said because this is what tends to keep his people enslaved and oppressed. I was like, huh? Yeah. When I told Moses to go tell Pharaoh, now you know Pharaoh was not one person. It was a city of like your politicians, your governors, your millionaires, your billionaires. Pharaoh. Go tell him I said, let my people go. They're not his people. And see, I would kid and I would joke and I would put it like this. God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh and them, say, tell me, well, let my people go. They not his people, they mine. That's how I was saying it at some point, right? Look at what's happening now. Still, slavery started way back when they tried to enslave the Israelites. They was outgrowing them. That was their way of having control over them. So God told Moses, go tell them turkeys. I said, let my people go. And you know the only reason why I'm sharing that? Because when my boy got locked up last year, God showed me, Steve, this is what you've been doing. You're talking to the religious organizations that tends to take advantage of my people. You talking to the politics that tends to, make policies to control and dictate my people's lives. You go out there and you tell them, Steve Copeland with the big mouth, your bald head. Wait a minute, God. You forgot to put handsome in it. Big mouth, bald head, handsome dude. Okay. Go out there and tell him. I said, let my people go. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing all along. I didn't. And then I read, I got the Good Now book, right? Good News. And it talks about how Martin Luther King, and it took Martin Luther King and put him up there in Exodus. And you know, Exodus is exiting. I was getting to a point of freedom, but it's exiting, right? So you stuck somewhere. It's the point of moving them out. And that's what God started showing me. Big mouth ball here, Steve. And then I'm looking at the apostles. When no Job got no Jonah. Now, mind you, I'm experiencing a lot of stuff as I'm starting this walk early on, right? When God used to send me places to talk to people, I'm like, no, I ain't going. But I had to go. So that's why I tell people scripture come to life to me. You can quote scripture all you want. It's the story behind it all with me. Well, anyway, when God sent Jonah, told Jonah he had to go to Nineveh, Jonah like, no, I ain't gonna, whatever you punishment you have for them, Lord, let them get what they got to get. So he called himself ducking, running. And I realized when you got a calling on your life, you can't run. You can't duck. You won't have no peace in your life. That's why I do what I do. I'm talking scripture. But look how I'm doing it in simple terms. Because the actions is with it. You get me? You can quote anybody's story you want. Tell your story. It's written. Tell your story. Why y'all think I do what I do, when I come on these platforms? Because I'm only doing what a lot of your ministers, your pastors, and your preachers do. But guess what? I'm in the community. I'm in the community. But yeah, so I'm reading when, well, John talking about the coming of Christ, right? So he's paving the way for one that's greater. I get into reading John, and John talks about in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God, and it wasn't nothing that wasn't created by Him, right? Then it talks about how that Word, the spoken, which became written, had become the living, breathing Word. Like what the what? That's when the relationship started with the Son. I didn't see it at first. Everybody don't see that. Oh yeah, he's the prophet. He's rabbi. He's everything except for God in the flesh. But it talks about how the word became flesh and dwelt among his people. You don't see that? A lot of people don't. And I had to understand that. Because I didn't for years. And that bell went off, bing. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to get to know the Son. So I kid and I joke. When y'all hear me kid and joke like I do, like sometimes I be looking at Christ, right? Sitting up there with the Father. I'm just saying, it's just my stuff. And I'm down here acting like a fool. I can see Jesus like, Dad, look at him, Dad. My little brother down there, like, he doing this, Dad. He acting like a fool, Dad. He this, he that. And God, like, and the Father, like, Son, I know. That's why I created them. But, but, Dad, I know, son. That's how I be playing, right? That's because of my relationship, right, with Christ. But I try to be, okay, Jesus, loving, kind, considerate, thoughtful. These are the morals and the values and principles that my mother taught me as a child. And I decided to go against. Well, I'm loving, kind, considerate, but I can be a rotten, no good. Where'd that come from? Look at Lucifer. We talking about a personality. We talking about your character. See, I don't go to those demon horns and all this and that, which to me is like blown out of proportion. I look at the individual, the personality, the person, as far as your character. So I understand from looking at myself. I know by right. I am a loving, caring, kind, considerate man. But I remember, like damn. So I try to let this show up more. I moved away from a lot of people. I tell people this: if you're a crutball, if you robbing our people to fatten up your pockets, stay away from it. I call it robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm not no different than anybody else. Mine's business too. I want to make money, but not at the expense of robbing our people. So in that process of me working with a lot of people, God started moving a lot of people out my life. And they know when it comes to business, when it comes to the people, they know I don't play. And my thing is, if this what you do to make money, that's what you do. I try my best not to knock you Okay? Because I understand some people do, they do, do, they do. I just don't want to be a part of it. And my thing is be honest with me. That's all I ask you. I respect you, but just be honest. So, in that process, whew, I had to walk away from a lot of people. And I respect you. If we have events in the community or we decide to come together, right, and have an event in the community, I can get products. I'll come with the truck. I'll help you. My goal is I can get donations. So the goal is to help you, not to come out your pocket with a lot of money, your own expensive. If I know you the type of organization that don't get government funding, but you basically coming out your pocket, I'll try to get those donations from other businesses to help you. But you can't wait like Christmas next month. You can't ask me right now, can you help do this? Can you get toys? Can you get that? No. You should have asked me at least about 4 months ago. You get me? So that I could, prepare everything and line people up. We just go get it. Now, my 16-foot box truck, I haven't seen it. My stepdaughter father has it on a lot or where he's at. The goal is to go get it. I was told my front window got busted, so I'm gonna replace the window. I'm not really. But because I can't move about the way I want, I can't get to my truck. But my goal is to get it, bring it here. My green truck, my personal truck, is at my daughter's house because I can't move about and I have to go and take the battery out, get it charged to bring it here. This is the thing that gets me because I can't move about the way I'm used to moving. So I still feel imprisoned. I still feel trapped. You can say all you want, and I understand it. And believe it, you're not wrong. At least you're not behind bars. You're right. But God dang it. It feels like it sometimes. No, but I don't know. I just feel trapped. I'm like, ugh. But you gotta be there to see what I'm saying. See, you can say what you want when it's not you, and you on the outside looking in. And I'm sitting up here saying to myself, I wonder can I walk around to the university, just walk around a little bit without this thing, without them saying, "Oh, he out of range, he out of range." So I'm like, well, nah, dude, I'm just sitting here. I ain't taking no chances. But see, this is what I gotta go through. This how they monitor and dictate me for right now. And I love when y'all act like, you should have had like that. Because it messes with you here too. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you a lot of the stuff I see. So you have to kind of keep yourself occupied and in a real positive space because it will bring you down mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I read up on this, what this will do. So that's another form to me, to be honest with y'all, how they break us. How they break us. Tell you, y'all will never pay attention. But this is another form to me of how they like telling you how they try to control you at a distance, monitoring you. Now I'm gonna tell you, since I've been back on this and I just thought about it, I never got a message about my location. Like updating your location on the map for this. I just thought about it. And it kind of makes me wonder, do they got a mic on here? That they listening to everything I say out my mouth? Because I'm telling on them. So my thing is, get your ducks in a row. The police report, the charge papers didn't implicate me. They put it there, like with the young lady that was in my housing program, right? Second degree assault, burglary, and harassment. They dropped the second degree assault. They dropped the burglary. The harassment. It's nothing there. It's just a little text thing. You know, me and her texting each other. Boom. Prosecuted. Let it go. Just harassment. The young man, his aunt is like my niece. I've been knowing her for about 20 years. Asked me to help him. So to me, that's family. You don't know that, do you, Miss Prosecutor? Because the police didn't tell you that, did he? I was taking care of him. Got him a job and everything. Paying his cell phone bill. Because he turned around and quit the job. He was only 21. They ain't tell you that, did they? Who you think was paying for his space? It's coming out of my pocket. For my housing program. They ain't tell you that, did they? No. He never once mentioned I did anything to him. It was his father that swung on him. I hit the floor with a sledgehammer. I said sledgehammer, a little hammer. Cut that shit out. And he told y'all that. But just because I was there in the hall and seen what happened, even though I didn't know it was going to happen, I was guilty by association. That's what she said. I said, okay. Because you just admit, you know I didn't do anything. You know I didn't take his phone. Why am I take his phone and I was paying his phone bill? But then again, that's a good reason to take his phone, ain't it? But look, why would I take it? You said all this yourself. Prosecuted. But you wanted to throw me in there so bad. But you said it yourself. Because the police report never stated me. But I was there in the hall. So I seen it. So you're guilty by association. Well, if that's the case, then I know Ivan Bates, our state's attorney. So I'm guilty by associating with him too, right? You want to put it like that? That's why I sent that shit over to Twitter. Since you talking about being guilty by association. Well, I can play that role too, miss. And I'm sitting up here. I knew you ain't had nothing on me anyway. Because I didn't do anything wrong. And why I'm saying that, right? Why I'm saying this, I'm looking at how many other black guys that get falsely accused of stuff that they never did and did time. Innocent. So I'm seeing the process of how it happens. And I'm only sharing with y'all what's there, how it all started from a fake, phony police report and charges. I'm a freaking businessman. They fixed it where I couldn't even go to court. to explain myself about my housing program, about what I do. So that's why I got caught up in the system like I'm caught up right now, still to this day. Hey, Yvette, what's up, baby? And I told my lawyer, I said, straighten it out. I called Julian at Fox 45 News. I said, I need you. I said, I need you. I said, last year, such and such and such and such. I said, I had told Mackenzie before I, got arrested that I was having a problem with the Eastern District Police Department. I told Brandon Scott on March 11th of last year that I was having an issue with the Eastern District Police Department. How they was coming for me. My friend Tyree lost his life. I got 3 of them in my face. 3 of them. I had to tell myself, Steve, please shut up. Because they waiting for you to do like a sudden move or something like that so they can take you down. I only called y'all to help me with my client that wasn't on his medication. And y'all came out, went over there, and it seemed like a demon or something jumped on them. And they turned around and came for me. I'm like, I called y'all out here to help us. And they kept coming. Now it's about the truth getting out. Because I was trying to let it go. That's why I did the caught myself doing the Alfred plea to just let it go. But then when I heard her read off the papers and stuff, I'm like, and then the police report that's supposed to have been on the female, man, this woman never, ever had a disagreement or got into it like that. I was only asking her for the rest of her rent money. Texting. How did it get to be second degree assault, burglary, and harassment? I asked my lawyer, I said, now that's January. How did they get to be from January thrown into this thing for March? He said, I don't know. I said, I know how. The police and the detective. And definitely the police report. Because I didn't know about the police report against this female until the day I was getting ready to go to court. I supposed to did what? For real. The police and the detective did that. Or the police. I didn't even know I had 2 charges, two different charges for the longest time. Because they took a text, and I got the texts where she told me I can kiss her tail. And then she sent me a picture saying, I got the money, Steve Copeland. You ain't getting it. Oh, I bet you ain't read that one, prosecutor. Mm-hmm. I got it. Because we was texting, that's how we talked. But y'all called it harassment, burglary, second degree assault. And I can't go too deep into the police report, but when I heard that, I was like, I did what? And these are white polices. You want to play me? You want to play me? Uh-huh. 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 Ivan Bates, your prosecutor, calling up ASAP. How did she get through? I can't even call up ASAP and get through. So what number you got, Vanessa, that you was able to call ASAP to get their attention. And they told me, you laid them out. After you made the choice, we agreed on that and made them feel like they was wrong for taking me off the box when the judge told me to go. Vanessa, I want you to get it straight. Because now you screwed yourself. That's why I'm talking about it, and I'm pulling out your first name. Because you screwed your own self. And y'all supposed to be professionals. I got a 9th grade education. I'm only a goddamn on community activist and a human rights advocate. And it seemed like I know a little bit more about what's going, y'all professionals. And you screwed up. You let me see it. Straighten it out. Because if I have to send a message to every news station, what you gonna do? I'm home on the home monitor. That you call yourself saying time served. But then it was the clerk. It was the way the clerk did it. That's why you did what you did. And I believe, be honest with you, I think you went back to that office and hooked that paperwork up because that's not what the judge said. Yeah, sneaky. I almost called you a honky woman. Oh, Lord have mercy. Help me, Jesus. Y'all can sit up there and talk all that bullshit. Be humble. Be sweet. It's nothing else I can do to be truthful. It's nothing else. There's nothing I can do. So this is how. Come on. I'm not the only one. I done sent this stuff over to Baltimore homicide, crime and homicide thing too. And what your name posted for me. Because I'm not the only one that's going through this. Other people got family members that's dealing with certain things right now with false police reports and charges and all that type of stuff, and how the prosecutor and them can only do such and such and such. And then I'm sitting up here one Friday, right? I'm on a Zoom that we never had for 5 freaking hours. Then when we do the Zoom again, now I'm in front of Judge Copeland. But that wasn't the judge that I was supposed to have been around. Matter of fact, I had to come in person. And I'm like, this woman, a prosecutor, you act like this the first time you ever did this. You knew I had to be in person. And I'm trying to be nice, lawyer. Knew I couldn't. I had to be in front of the judge for us to talk about this. And y'all professional people. Let me see how sloppy y'all are. But you know what? Be truthful. Everything happens for a reason. God was allowing me to see this. And once again, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, because we have so many people that's innocent who didn't commit certain things, but they agree, say like they want to offer them, 100 years. They offer me 200 years. For what? And guess what? The charges and the police report didn't even implicate me in nothing. They offered me 200 years for the charges that fake charges that the police made up. And be honest, it just should have been thrown out. Real simple. Should have been dropped. It should have been dropped. It shouldn't even got that far. But no, they fixed it where I couldn't come into the court and share with the judge what was really going on as far as me trying to get my clients the proper help. And they prolonged everything. So what you gonna do? You screwed up, not me. Prosecute. Fix it. I got a building I need to go to do some work. I gotta fix up my office. And I ain't talking about this one right here. I'm talking about the one that's in the building. I got 2 offices. And I ain't trying to be smart. I'm just sick and tired of hearing people just talking. It's work we have to do, y'all. It's work. And like I told my lawyer, I said, their goal is just the black man. And I think he said it's somewhat like that, something like that. And I'm saying it. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it. It's like, just sit still while we do this to you, bro. I'm saying it. I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm seeing it. Get what I'm saying? I wished I didn't see what I see, what I see, what I see, what I see. But it's God that allowed me to see this. Please get out of here with it. Because I'm not trying to be smart, and I got my glasses on, but look, I'm not trying to be smart, but I'm like, God, why you allow me to see this stuff? Now, you know I got a talk show, right? I do the couch conversation show. And it's about keeping it real. And a lot of times, y'all will sit back and tell somebody like me, the couch conversation show is keeping it real. The truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, God. And you know what a lot of y'all will do? When I share the truth and nothing but the truth, you'll come back and try to twist it. Read up on me with the show, what it's all about. So you'll better understand if you want to come and talk, and we doing the couch conversation, right? And you want to come and talk, it's about the truth. And I'm going to share this, and y'all know I had to watch it clean because we on TikTok, right? Even when it comes to the personal issues that went on in our lives when we was younger and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Being vulnerable, being abused, taken advantage of. You know what I'm trying to say, right? See, I can say it over here, but I have to watch it over there. So when I deal with people, I help people deal with those issues, those traumas, the childhood stuff, the stuff that you was told to keep in the house and don't share out there. The teen talk show. Now we can't go deep, deep, deep. We might before the show start, but I'm just saying to talk about some of those issues that's happening with our 10, 11-year-old young ladies with babies in the house. Who's doing it? Somebody going to jail. That's what the teen talk show is about. Yeah. God woke me up one night to write that. But guess what? I know like this, mainly dealing with our youth. Or you can only go but so far. You get me? Because of the community stuff, right? So it's a way of addressing certain issues, just a little bit. but then have somebody there to share the recovery process. Because we already know the problems. We already know the issues. My thing is, what about the solution? Y'all talking about making America great again? What is y'all gonna do to help make it great again? Oh, we waiting for Trump. What you waiting for Trump for? When he be in then what? Well, what you doing in the community now? Because it's the citizens that has to work together. The politicians already laid down the laws. What type of program you have in the community? Because guess what? Make America great again. One person. Uh-huh. Could he the orange no. It takes the people doing the necessary work. And I listen to a lot of y'all run off at your freaking mouths, not realizing that we the ones that have to do the necessary work to live according to the laws and the policies that they created. But see, it's work. We gotta wait till you get it. You don't. No, you don't. What you doing now? Well, see, Melania Trump and his son, like he playing hockey. What are you doing? Well, see, his daughter Ivanka. I asked what you was doing. Nothing. And you know how I be over looking at y'all. They don't. What are you doing to make whatever area you in that might be struggling with certain things? What are you going out there doing to help the people better cope with, living? Mainly if you like better off than them. Then I'm hearing people, right? Conservative people, middle class people, millionaires. I pay too much taxes. Well, do y'all really think we're not going to pay taxes? Your tax money is what go back towards these governments and state programs that's free. Do y'all realize that? That's why we pay taxes to pay for these things for the people that need it the most. So when you talk about educating people and teaching them how to be more independent, that's the work you do back in the community, building up. Oh, they don't want to turn their life around. Excuse me. Let me tell you a little bit about Steve Copeland. Just because you at a point where you at in your life, where you're more conservative, living a lifestyle, you're not struggling like most of our people that's living in poverty. If you is something ain't right, what you budget and what you make. Because if you making 80,000 up to 200,000, and if for Baltimore City, the minimum, let me make sure I do it right. The middle class, right? I want to make sure I do it right. Because below the poverty rate is 40 down. That's below the poverty rate. And I'm thinking 28,000, right? Below the poverty rate. Now that's Maryland. Anything above that, 60, 70, 80, 90, up to 200,000 is considered as middle class. Look it up. Now, I can't speak for California and all that now because, it's probably a little bit more expensive. I know it's a lot more expensive there. So I can't speak for them. I can only speak for us. So if you're making 150, 200,000, Nine times out of 10, it's either a career-minded job, and I ain't even want to put that word with job with career, right? But most of the time, when you making that type of money, whoever you're working for, they normally have health insurance on you. They normally have the 401k, retirement plans compared to somebody that's only making 15 to $11 an hour. They have to rely more on the state and the government. I did not understand that at one point until I spoke out on the $15 minimum wage. And I found out it was a lot of people that's making like 15, 16, stuff like that. That still depends on government or state funding. I was like, what? Now, mind you, the prices haven't went up like they are now. But I'm like, what? And I realized working at McDonald's and places like that, they don't have insurance on you. They don't do the 401c. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, the retirement stuff. And that's, look, I drove tractor trailers for a living. So I had from the companies insurance on my family, medical and all that type of stuff. So I didn't have to worry about that because I made way over poverty rate, the poverty rate. So I was able to provide more. College tuition, stuff like that. Me and my wife now, not me by myself, but us doing what we do. So I understand the middle class, the conservative, more independent type lifestyle. But y'all starting to complain more than the poor people, the homeless people. Got a roof over your head, got gas and electric, driving around in Elon Musk cars. But then you complaining about you can't afford this, you can't afford that. I'm like, what the hell you spending your money on? I'm hearing more about the conservatives, right? Middle class. They, I don't know, I maybe because I'm not getting it, but is the middle class the next poverty people? What, poor people? We were talking about this the other day. I was getting donations from this guy in Ellicott City, bringing it back to Baltimore City, giving out the food. I'm watching people pulling up in Mercedes, Teslas, Volvos, Ellicott City, coming out to get free food. And we were talking about this the other day. Now, mind you, I never really paid attention to it. But then I'm going to go back to this. Bishop Carrington was in the Jewish community. And I would pick up pallets for him to feed the Jewish community. Park Heights. They are not the inner city, and I'm just starting to say this. It's not the only people that struggles. Then you got people that makes real good money, but will still come out and get what they can to save their money. And I see all of this. And I'm going to say this and get ready to get off because I've been on here for almost 2 hours and a half, right? I love TikTok. I love the support I get from TikTok and everything. And I'm going to just say this, please stop asking me to come up. I will scan sometimes, right? And I'll hear beautiful stuff. I need to hear it. We be like, y'all be like, yes, 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 we all been. And I might come on because y'all speaking my language, but not everybody. If you are not about solutions, I'm going to do this again. You can run off at your freaking mouth all you want. But if you are not about solutions, because we already know what's going on, we already know the problems or the issues, you get me? But if you don't, even if you have ideas, please throw some my way because God dang it, I need to do that. I gotta do that about people. But I'm just saying that because it's okay. If you just want to talk about, well, see, over in the 50 mention of this and that, and when I'm like, what the the middle eye and the two cock eyes, and I'm like, okay, what they got to do with that? But look, I'm just saying, solutions. I'm listening. I'm watching. Yvette, if you still right there, she's solution. Mother Earth, Mama Earth, she's about solutions. She's in the community. We already know what's happening here and there. It's about what you do here. Once you get the message from there. And if you want me to say it, people like Trump and them. And it's not to hurt people, don't get it wrong, because a lot of y'all talking on that level. It's about helping people. So, Yvette, in the community, this week, they're going to have something up my dome. Expungement. Expungement. See, y'all see, you take your ex-offenders, you take your return to citizens, I'm sorry. You take your felons, and y'all will make them feel like they can't be successful in life. Stop. Stop. The only problem is a lot of them don't know where to go. A lot of them don't know what's in the communities, who's doing what, who's doing why, who's doing where. They don't know. Now, here go Big Mouth, Ballhead, Steve. Right? Well, I got some on the back. Shannon Wright, Pastor Hathaway, Bishop John Carrington, Bishop Jerome Stokes, Giovanni Patterson, Christopher Anderson, Dan Cox. Those the ones names I'm just reading now, right? They are people that's no Dan Cox is already into he's an elected official. Then you got the Innocent Project. All this right here, I wrote this stuff because I had to remember it, mainly when I was over in jail, right? I had to write this stuff down. So my thing is when you step into a room without dignitaries, come and name some of the businesses and nonprofits that's in the communities that's doing the grassroots work to build. But no, you want to sit here and talk about Trump this, Trump that, Trump over here, she's over there. What Kamala doing? What she not a real American? She not this, she not that. And our people still suffering for the lack of your work. Almost said knowledge. Almost like sound good. I'm telling you, I almost went there. Because a lot of y'all don't even have the damn solutions yourself. You just run it off at your mouth. He's black. Copeland is black. You can lock me in the house all you want, but I'm on social media. This is being shown on YouTube. This is being shown on two of my Facebook pages. This is being shown on Twitch, on Twitter. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk ain't looking at it. I'd be like, Elon, can I get some of that money, bro? Can I get some of that money so we can rebuild up in Baltimore City? I'm talking about making houses affordable for the low to moderate income people. Blocks, communities, neighborhoods, like the Black Wall Street. That's our goal. And I didn't want to go too far there with it. That's why when the time presents itself, I'm bringing my crew back together. And I told Marlo, rehabbing and revitalizing houses for the inner city people. I'm trying to get some of these big developers that's coming in creating 2, 3, $400,000 houses in the inner city. Where y'all putting the other people at? Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. They moving them back in the woods again. But guess what? People that's living in counties and stuff have properties, land. The government is renovating that stuff, renting the stuff for them. But then who gonna take care of the property and stuff? Do y'all pay attention? And a lot of them let them do this to each other. The more they take them down, the less we got to worry about. Do y'all pay a freaking attention? That's why Facebook blocked me. That's why Facebook blocked me. Because a lot of the stuff they don't want it to get out like that. Somebody called me last night. Said, man, I don't be seeing your videos no more. You must not be doing this. I said, I do something just about every day. He was the one who told me how they got a lot of my stuff blocked because they blocked him for speaking out against certain things. And see, some of y'all that's over there looking at me on my Facebook pages, if you don't comment or if you don't say nothing, I don't know who actually can see and cannot see. But I can't stop doing what I'm doing. Because even though like certain things they might let through and they won't let through, it was one time, I'm telling y'all, from me speaking on Facebook the way I did, I would get about almost 30 like violations. They didn't shut me down. They used to shut me down earlier, but then after a while they stopped shutting it down. But I happened to go on one of the little things, right? And I'm looking, it's like, oh my God, all of these violations right there for, talking about certain things, mainly politics and religion. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a community activist. This is what I do. I'm goal is building up in the community, not like trying to start wars or nothing like that. But that's kind of how they look at it. But then you get certain groups that will come on and they will throw hints out about organizing and coming together and destroying this and that. And I'm like, oh, but y'all let this get through. porn, all that. But when I come on, I have 54 followers on Facebook. I have about 4,900 friends. I had to learn the difference between the two, right? And that's people that I have met throughout the years, church members and their friends and all that. So I look on there because I will delete a lot of y'all off that I don't communicate with a lot. But I try to deal more with like-minded people. I'm understanding the importance now of actually not sharing everything at one time. Just get the work done, get it done, get it done, get it done. Because people watch us, right? So I just decided to go through it, my friend thing. It tell you how many followers you got. It will tell you how many friends you have. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. And I'm zooming through. And just about now I'm zooming down. I ain't do the whole 4,900 now, but I'm doing this. And just about every freaking body I know and basically associate with. And I'm like, y'all don't do like, comment, just support. That's all. That's all. I said, them suckers must got the notification when Steve come on, they be like, oh shoot, they'll, you know. And then the reason why I know too, a lot of y'all, and I hope you hear it, because then y'all will turn around and post stuff on there. Y'all don't post on it like you used to, right? And I'm like, you still here. Like, how you been? Leo. And I go over to mine, just like, blink. I be like, these motherfuckers. But I look, for whatever reason, I try not to be mad. I don't blame y'all. Because I be like, because the way I run off at my mouth, right? I be like, I know y'all don't want to be associated with me. I know it. I will know. Steve, who? The one with the teeth missing? No, well, no. Well, I seen y'all in well known. I don't blame you. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I've really been praying. I'm like, God, I want to be more professional. I've been looking at the newscasters and all that, how they pause, how they present themselves. I'm like, they some phony fake. Keeping it real. But no, seriously, all jokes aside, I do want to like be able to deliver a lot more productive. So I'm starting to pay more attention to certain things. Like I might look at somebody speaking out somewhere. And I speak in front of people now. I speak. Y'all should be able to tell it. I've been on here for almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. So y'all should know I speak, right? So the goal is I want to be able to draw more attention with talking about the solutions. I'm big on solutions. I'm big on dealing with an issue, you know. And once we address the issue, it's like looking for the solution there. And I have joined so many, like Act Now Baltimore with the pastors and all of that. I joined so many organizations that, want to see Baltimore in a better place. People will call me and ask me to come, help support this, help support that, because they know my heart, even though a lot of other people might look at it in a negative way, but they look at what I do. And it's getting to a point, be honest with you. It's like I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of this, right? Because I'm starting to realize, Steve, and I know you understand too, it's not about what we, it's not as much about what we say, it's what we do or what we are doing. So if Donald Trump threw out the message, make America great again, he wasn't just talking about him. He was talking about all of us. So you better flip it around because nothing, if we don't come together, nothing will get done. Nothing. And then you got the Democrats, you got the Republicans, then you got other political parties out there too that we don't pay a lot of attention to. Ain't nothing much, Steve, but they fight for several things too. They just don't have the power like the Democrats and the Republicans might have. But the thing is, guess what? We're going to always do this. I don't care. Republicans do it. Republicans break out into fights amongst each other. Fights. Y'all don't hear about it. But they will fight each other quick because of ego and pride. I hear a lot of that. Matter of fact, because right now I can't get out the way I want, certain events they have, I will show up. Whatever events the Democrats have, I will show up because you want to hear things and learn stuff. So that way you can give your input from that level to understand why this is the way it is, why that is the way it is. I'm telling you some good stuff. It's a big difference when you're in it. But when you on the outside talking about it, but you in it and you could see it, you see what's really happening. And then in my case, be honest with you, sometimes because I'm by myself, it's not a lot I can do. I mean, the process is like slow. But number one, we as melanated people need to learn to stop hating on each other as much. Stop. I had somebody talk to me yesterday like Steve got his own style of doing things. It's more like, oh, you learned your lesson now. No. What lesson I'm gonna learn about telling the truth? But I supposed to start lying now? I supposed to go over here and act like this, then go over there and act like that? No, I want to be more open now. I want to be more respectful for where people at. I just don't want to be a too much of a booty kisser. Hey, hey, I wasn't like that when I was on the streets. Flip flop. But we can get on here, we can talk a real good game. But we won't bring it to the people that need to really hear. I will. So I'm gonna get ready. Say I love y'all. As always, when I come on here, I don't know who might need to hear what I say out my mouth. But I do, deep down in my spirit, believe that it's somebody, somewhere, that needed to hear whatever God put there. And if you turn around and you have a problem with me and the way I do things, understand that's not God. If I tell you I'm a community activist, that means I'm giving of myself. If I tell you I'm a community organizer, that means I'm giving of myself. If I tell you I'm a human rights advocate or a homeless advocate, that means I'm giving of myself to help others better their lives or deal with certain laws that's being passed down. It's not me being selfish or self-centered or anything like that. Because be honest, I ain't got to do it. I ain't got to do it. Just like you don't want to do it. I ain't got to do it. I have that right. I got children. I got grandkids. I got family. But I want the best, not just for mine, for yours. You need to want the best for yours. And if you know you can provide more, like you might be set pretty well financially. If you see me put up Cash App, we got people that's coming into the housing program and stuff like that. They don't have money to buy personal items and stuff like that. I got a 16-foot box truck that I need to get prepared so we can start getting donations again and deliver them. And I ask y'all to, donate a little something, something, something. Y'all act like y'all doing it personally for me. And it's your family members that a lot of y'all don't want in your household that you send it over to us. And we understand. Because then we got put up with them. So I'm like, now I know why your family don't want in that goddamn house. But no, seriously though, we understand. And we want to work with them. When because I'm gonna tell y'all, be honest, when you that close to your loved ones, family, relatives, stuff like that, a lot of times they don't pay a lot of attention to us because we family. But when you send them over there to Big Mouth Steve, I'm gonna send them over there to Plug Steve there. And sometimes we don't mind because the thing is we want to see them do better. And be honest, I know a lot of times because of us as family members, sometimes they just won't listen to us. They won't. They listen to somebody on the outside better. And I know that. But I'm just saying. So we need y'all. We got some amazing stuff coming down the line. And keep in mind too, from what I'm understanding, because I wasn't there, but the housing for men is free. So if you have income, that's fine. But you have to participate in the program. Okay? Because the goal is not to keep you forever. But if you come in, the goal is to help you turn this around So say like you graduate from the program. Now here I come. Mine's more like the housing part, from temporary to getting you into permanent housing. Now, once we start rehabbing and revitalizing houses, right, our clients will get the first options to buy a house. They get the key to their affordable house. Rather it's a Section 8, a low income, or rather it's a Section 8, because you know you can buy a house with Section 8 too. See, I want to learn more about those housing programs because it's to better help serve the people. So y'all want to hate me for that? Y'all want to hate? Oh, he mean. Oh, he nasty. He not spiritual. He wouldn't act like that. My actions, my actions. And that goes to show me a lot of y'all don't know nothing. I walk as Christ in them walked. As far as ministering to the people, encouraging and motivating the people that need them the most. But y'all will me. But I try not to let that discourage me. Marlo told me people been calling. I posted the housing part of Marlo doing the interview with the building and everything on my webpage. Somebody called Marlo and told him he seen it. Good. Good. Because that's the whole point of advertising, promoting, letting people know what we're doing to help make Baltimore City great again. So don't tell me about Trump, okay? Don't tell me about Harris, okay? Tell me about what you're doing to make whatever area you living in. If you live in a more, how can I say, conservative or middle class or a millionaire, if you live in a good lifestyle, you're not struggling with nothing, come and get back. If you, the same way y'all might want to donate to, I'm trying to think of some of those bigger charities, right, that get hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And then you take somebody like me, Marlo. I got to reach out to sponsors, business partners, investors, philanthropists, stuff like that, just to get money to help us build back up in Baltimore. Marlo been doing this for 22 years. He don't get government funding or nothing. But you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. We got 2 hotels that they putting families in and stuff like that. I heard it was out of control. Now see somebody like me, okay, we'll go down there, we want to help them structure it. Nope, stay over there, bro. But it's women and children, women with children that don't even know what's going on. So they might reach out to me on Google and call the business. The goal is, to point you in the right direction. So we're getting ready to get transitional housing now. So Marlo want me to go and look at some of them. Not just for the men as they transition. It's going to be a while for the men to transition out anyway. But not just the men, but the goal is to bring the women in with the children, the women, children. And the goal is to put them in their own place. I'm listening to a lot of y'all on here talking about how women had to, like the men ain't there no more, and the women this and the women that, and the women that, and the men ain't no good. Y'all better stop this mess. Y'all better stop. Here you go. A lot of things that y'all feel as though some men, don't get it wrong, are not standing up to the plate to do. You better watch the ones you let in your life. Because this is one person that believe in taking kids' responsibilities, believe in helping to educate other men about being productive and responsible, talking with people that have workforce development programs, educational programs that they can get into, those that want to improve their lives. I was even talking to Marlo because the thing is, you got a lot of people. I was getting ready to say young men, but it's females too. That's aging out of the foster care system. Me and Plus talked about that. They're aging out of the foster care system at 21. So a lot of them don't have nowhere to lay their heads. So me and Plus Jones was talking about putting them into the apprenticeship program where they can afford that $1,200 to $1,400 a month rent. You know what I mean? So it's not just this. So this is what me and Plus Jones been talking about. Not just him, it's other people too. But I'm just using him because he come on sometimes and I'm talking about him. I told Marlo, I said, my actions is going to speak louder than any words I can say out my mouth. Because I talk a lot. But I do what I do. But I'm getting tired of talking. I'm getting tired. Hey, baby. Hey, Tiff Tiff. I'm getting tired of talking. My thing is, I want people in my life that's actually like-minded doing the work. I'm talking about getting it done. That's where I'm at. Now, mind you, I only been doing this for the last, maybe 3-4 years. So now it's time, like, hey, come on now, get it done. So I got a lot of people that I sat down with that pretty soon, if y'all looking, pretty soon, I'm going to be calling y'all back. The ones that I had my little meetings with, business partners, I'm calling you back. If we got to look into tiny houses, we will begin to do tiny houses. If we got to look into container houses, we will do that too. But the thing is, we have to find property to put it on. If we're not going to do, and we are, straight out communities, making them affordable for the low income people. I have a new LinkedIn page. A lot of the people that I had from my old LinkedIn page, I'm bringing them over here. The same YT, that's doing a lot of development around in Baltimore City y'all don't know about. I ain't brought them over. I need y'all to got some money my way. See, I'm not a real educated man. I have to keep it simple. We got this project right. Can you invest $5 million into the project? How much you want back? Oh, you can't talk to him like that. You don't talk to him like that. Cut out the middleman. Look, so you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. You can't invest no money. Buy then. Buy. Do you know somebody that can? Because there's always somebody out there. It's just running across me. Oh, I hear about this big mouth bald head dude over there. That the God-fearing man. That follower and lover of Jesus Christ. Believe in walking the walk and not just talking the talk. Oop. Oop. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, this the deal. Marlo said, Steve, you can start having the meetings out of here because we know right now you can't get over to the building. They can come down the back steps, come through that part, and you can have them here. They don't really have to come through the house itself. Then he said, if you got to use the dining room like you would do a boardroom, go for it, bro. I said, thank you. Thank you. So, my schedule to come into the office or work is from 11:30 to 4. Did you hear what I said? 11:30 to 4. Might be 12. Or it might be when I feel like it. Because I can do that. When you do what you do. No, seriously, no, let me stop. Let me stop because I've been going to sleep. I've been going to sleep early at night, like 10, 11. And I've been waking up like 7, 8 in the morning. I'm like, My daughter said, Daddy, that's good you're getting up early. I'm like, I know. Because I was sleeping a lot of the whole day. I can wake up at 7 or 8, right? And if I want to go back to sleep, I can go back to sleep. Till at least about 10 or 11. If I want to leave out to do work, I can leave out. If I want to stay here, I can stay here. I'm only saying it, right? because guess what? It's a blessing when you have those choices like that. Because guess what? It's for God, though. But I'm working for myself. You get it? I ain't got to answer to nobody else. I ain't got to call a job and say, I can't come in today because my car broke down. Oh. I might call myself right. God dang on Steve on that other phone. Hello? Hey, this is Steve Copeland. You don't hear the bass in my voice, right? I can't come in today. Why? Well, because I don't want to buy. Okay. You know it's time for me to get off because I'm starting to act real goofy now. But yeah, y'all, I love y'all and thank y'all. Thank y'all, man. We have, telling y'all, we have some awesome things planned. If y'all seen the video, it's like 9 apartments in this building. 2 of them you can have, you could even fix up like a boardroom, but we can do that downstairs anywhere else, right? But You can have like group meetings, and we are, and it's an area. This is upstairs, basically upstairs. If you have five apartments, I mean 5 rooms, 5 bedrooms, each one of them have a kitchen. You have your little dining area, then you have your living room. Okay, because you got your kitchen, stove, refrigerator, stuff like that. Kitchen table. Now, the guys actually there is independent, so you have to do for yourself. But what I was looking at personally, we're trying to get them to work together. Because I bet not be coming in and saying nothing up there filthy, dirty, and all of that. Nope. We're not gonna go through that. We're not. All this arguing, fussing, and fighting, because I know it's gonna be men. We're gonna try to eliminate as much as that as we can too. So that's gonna be part of the rules. If you feel like you need to get into a fight, or let me say this, if you know you have a problem with your anger and you tend to swing out, you're going to have a counselor, have somebody to talk to, stuff like that to help you. I guess say divert that, or to direct that into another, area. This is what we're doing, not just with the men, because the women, unless we get another building like this, will go into the transitional housing part. Now, for me, and which I was talking with Marlo about, is some women that reached out to me that I will let them basically run that part. My thing is, because it's part of my business, is we're partnering up, but to oversee, to make sure everything that we doing all together. It's all right there. It's just real simple stuff. It's real simple. So, that's God. Because when I prayed, I'm like, God, this time when I step back out there, I ain't trying to be by myself. I need a team. And he put the team there. It's just Marlo, myself, Charm City, community, supportive housing, being on one accord. Not trying to outpower this one, not trying to outpower that one, because that's where the chaos and the confusion coming in. But normally when you run in a business, it's really about working together, not about trying to outpower, how strong each other. No. Because I'm like this, if I share something and your ideas or your vision is, a little better the way you might put it, okay, let's do that. Long as it's lined up, you get me? I no problem with that, because I might be right here, you might be over there, and I'm like, whoa, yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at, you know, because I can only share what God laid on my spirit, and I know you only gonna share what God laid on your spirit. If you have more knowledge and wisdom and experience in a certain area, teach me. That's what I told a guy today that does a lot of the stuff, and he worked with youth, but he's a circuit speaker. I said, bro, I need you. I said, I need you. He's here in Baltimore City, doing real great. I said, I need you. So when I'm able to come out and do what I need to do, I said, I want to come around. So I might go to some of his events, right, where he's doing, say he might be at a college speaking, something like that, right? And I'll show up because I want to learn. And then I want to learn more how to conduct myself. When I come on like the couch conversation, you get me? When I come on the couch conversation, or doing the team talk show, because I want everything to look more professional. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure we don't lose that realness, because we got to keep it real. Then my friend Maurice got about 8 or 9 youth centers. Get ready to do something great with what he's doing up in New York. I ain't want to tell you all that. But the way I met him and Russell Simmons and DMX was in the community. So I'm like, do you travel? And he told me no. See, I reach out to people. Then I reached out to him some months later and I said, look, I need your help in Baltimore City to help me do what you're doing with the community centers, with the music, art, theater, dance, and stuff like that. He said, okay, I'll come and help you. I was like, so I'm only sharing that with y'all because now it's time to, like, but now I can't rush it because all of us gotta be on one accord with everything. But I got some people right here that I could say, look, now we can start here. But it's to keep, y'all. I'm lost for certain words, so just catch me. You know, I just, I it's not just me by myself. That's what I love about it. Cause I got somebody that can sit back and we can talk. Cause they doing what they do in that end, right? I do what I do right here, but it's all the same, and that's what I love about it. I don't have to try to figure stuff out by myself. And I'm gonna just say the three I know we're God fearing men. So I know we right there when it comes to certain things, but sometimes that ego can get in your way too. But for the most part, I'm excited. I'm excited. And like I told Marlo, I said, let me tell you this. The funding coming. It's coming. I already know that. He already know it. It's coming. Cause the way God got it lined up, right? So many people trying to come in with us. But it's not for everybody because of your motives and what you're trying to do. But most of it will be contracted. We just providing basically the housing part of it. But downstairs over at the building, so many office spaces. Even got a space where they'd be doing the urine tests and all of that stuff. Um, it's like a culinary kitchen in there downstairs. So it's a lot. We can start making meals, passing them out to the community because a lot of stuff we doing gonna be working with the community as well. But I'm looking at the kitchen itself, the culinary kitchen, the kitchen, and I'm looking at so many talented men that might have culinary skills. That's all I'm trying to get to, and can actually or want to work down in that kitchen to start producing stuff and teaching people how to cook and things like that. Because all of that we doing. So pass it on, y'all. And I'm not going to say it. I was going to say I ain't mean to be on this long, but every time I come on, I say I don't mean to be on this long. I don't mean to be on that long, but then I'll be on long. Because sometimes I always want to try to control the narrative, not really knowing that God, wants you to speak. Because you never know who, like I said, I never know who might need to hear whatever. I just personally need more volunteers, support, and helping us do, mainly me, helping us do what we do. I need somebody that know how to do the internet real well. Your advertising and all that type of stuff. Because I be trying to do all that. I need somebody that don't mind volunteering their time and services until we can say, like, put you on payroll. Fix it where we can put you on payroll. But come out and help. Because we're going to be. Marlon put it on a community event the other day, giving out food over West. He ain't even tell me. Well, he had already had it organized, right? They gonna send me the pictures. I said, you know what? You know I love you, right? Now y'all know I can't go nowhere. You ain't call me and tell me about the event. I said, I don't want you to be always, organized and doing stuff by yourself, bro. But he knew I can't come out and help like that. I said, man, I'm just so blown away at you because he do. And I posted on my Facebook pages and stuff. I was trying to send it over to TikTok. Real humble dude. Real humble. And a lot of y'all would think we get government funding to do what we do. Nope. You got other businesses and entities that will help you to keep you moving forward. But when it comes to like your own politicians and stuff like that, it's like, to me, if they can't put their hands in it and fix it the way they want, then it's like you like a last resort to them. $7:22. Good, good. Cause I'm looking at the time for me to go to sleep. So I probably try to hang up to about 11. Just so I can go sleep pretty well through the night. But thank y'all. Love you, Tiffany. Thank y'all for supporting the couch conversation. Thank y'all for supporting our efforts and doing what we can to make Baltimore City. Now, I can't speak for New York, but if anybody up in New York doing a great job and we want to collaborate and stuff like that, let's do it. California, let's do it. Africa, let's do it. And as much as we can help each other and support each other, when it get to that point that we can travel, that'll be part of it too. But it's just, making things worldwide. I'm not a joke, y'all. I don't know what I might look like to y'all looking over here at me, but I'm not a joke. I've been spending more time trying to, do the right things for Baltimore City. I haven't had that significant other. I'm not used to being without somebody. But the mission. And I don't want to be thrown off. So I need somebody that will respect where I'm at and where God is guiding me and don't try to fix it. Where you spend more time over here, you spend more time over there. If you don't know by now, and it's not that I'm being smart because I know you got to balance stuff out. So please don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. I know all that. But, when that significant other come in my life, I want you to be doing what God had for you. Or you're going to have to be truly patient with me and the work, the mission, the journey, and everything, the ministry. But I know that significant other I have to make time for. And believe me, I will. But I'm just saying, You know, it's work. So you understand. It's just making sure we balance it out. I done been married twice, so I kind of know what it takes or what we supposed to do, all that. I just don't want you to sit back and try to make me feel bad because when you it's happening over here. Why that woman in your face? I work with women and children. And guess what? Be honest with you, if I want some bookie, I can get it. So you gotta trust me. Just like I'm gonna have to trust you. It ain't like if you out there doing certain things, I'm talking about ministry wise, work or whatever. You gonna come across men too. So I gotta believe and trust you doing what you do. Right? It's about the balance. Bye. Yeah, I'm getting hungry now. And I'm trying to get like I can go on TikTok and break this down into like 40 seconds, little clips. I can break this down. Now, I'm not good with it yet on my broadcast network. And I was talking to somebody was telling me to send them and I'm trying to learn to send out what's that the URL my this gonna die off. um I'm trying to learn to send because I can bring 10 people up on my platform over here too. So I'm trying to learn to send that link out, attach it, and send it to people. So I'm gonna work on that where I could send that link and I can have people come up because that's what somebody was talking to me about the other day coming up on my broadcast. And that's the whole point. Over here is not a problem. Over LinkedIn is not a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and